I'm Jessie Pridemore with Red Carpet Report here at the 67th Emmy Awards Design Nominee Reception and the launch of the 9th Annual FIDM Museum and Galleries for the Outstanding Art of Television Costume Design Exhibition. Yes. Standing here with Mona May, the brilliant costume designer behind the movie Whitney. Hi, how are you doing?
It's fantastic. Great to be here, especially because it's about all the costume designers, and the talent in the room is incredible. So I'm just excited to see everything, and that people get to come and really see the clothes up close, which I think is such a different experience. Even to see the clothes in a movie on the screen, you're so much closer to it. You know, it's so much fun.
And things always look different based on lighting and stage work and everything as well. So it is really awesome being able to see the stuff in person, being able to see the hand details and everything that went into it.
Yeah, and I think people are so curious about that stuff. You know, I think that we are like a little bit behind the scenes as costume designers, and we get to shine here and really show our work, you know.
Was it intimidating taking on something like Whitney?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, anytime you're working with iconic characters, and I did that in the past when I did Enchanted, which was very interesting, and I had to do, like, okay, how do you update, you know, Maleficent? How do you work with Whitney Houston? But I think that you have to, most importantly, find her essence, who she is, you know, what her style, and through research and, you know, really figure out what her body is like. I mean, she was very classic, you know, almost modest to a point, you know. She wasn't very flamboyant off stage. Very basic jackets with little white tank top and, you know, high-waisted jeans of the 90s. But then we got to play.
Yeah, she was definitely very understated, but classy, as you said. And she was very well known for her style on stage and in her music videos.
Yes, you know, she really knew, she was a performer, foremost, and she had her voice, so she didn't have to really dress it up, but she knows how to be an entertainer, and I think she really gave it to the public. So there was so much fun designing these costumes because we got to go flashy. You know, I mean, you can see behind me a lot of sequins, a lot of color. You know, we had a lot of performance, probably about 20 performance outfits. You know, with the dancers, and everything had to match. So it was quite a, you know, big undertaking. Yes, it was quite a big undertaking. Yeah.
All in all, how many outfits were designed for it?
Well, we went to, I think probably 100, almost 100 changes for her, because we had everything from pajamas and satin gowns at home to bathing suits to, you know, regular clothes that she wore every day. I mean, we went to spend a few years. And then when we went on the road with her for the performance, we had a lot of short cuts of her being, you know, in Sydney, being in Europe on concerts, so we had a lot of changes for that.
Well, you're no stranger to multiple outfits, because from what I hear, you are also the costume designer from the movie Clueless.
Yes, I am, and very proud, and just so excited, even though it's 20 years later, the movie still lives on.
Well, I mean, I know it's still streaming on Netflix, and I know I watch it at least once a month. And I know Claire's now has a line where they have stuff that has quotes from the movie on it, and like some of the jewelry that was in it that was so 90s.
Oh my God, as if. I'm just so happy because, you know, the movie is so dear to my heart. You know, when the movie came out, when we made the movie, we didn't know it's going to be such a big hit. We were just doing a movie. We were, you know, trying to look into the future, bring the trends from the runways into the girls of high school, you know, Beverly Hills High School, and make something fun, you know, show girliness and fun, you know, just something different that was on the street at the time, which was grunge. And I guess I was right on.
Well, your fashion, it described a generation. Everybody was quoting that movie, wearing those outfits, wearing those heels. My God, I remember wearing outfits very similar to what they did in the movie.
But I think what's so amazing is that, you know, 20 years later, now we have a new generation of girls. So, you know, women who were 20 at the time, or, you know, 15, 16 who are now in their 30s. Now we have girls who are, you know, 15, 16, 17 years old who are now following the movie and love the movie, and they embrace it and they still love it. And it's pretty amazing because, you know, fashion is very short-lived.
It's very true.
Fickle, and, you know, it's so last year, as Cher would say, you know. And I think that I kind of really nailed it with some classics with things that are timeless, like the over-the-knee stockings, plaid skirts, little shift dresses. And I think tailoring was really important too. I talk a lot about like clothes fitting well people. I think that's something that you see on the girls and you're like, wow, that just looks great, even though it was maybe 99 cents.
Yeah.
And now with, I think, mass-produced clothes and Forever 21 and H&M, we lost the art of kind of dressing, I think. And that movie reminds us of like, being pretty is good.
Yeah. Well, and one of the great things about Clueless is it's based on the classic literature Emma. So I love movies that are based on classical literature that give it that updated feel to it.
And they real characters too. They really, I think that's why the movie has a staying power, because you love the girls. They're not just mannequins walking around in pretty clothes. You love Cher, you love Dion, you want to be like them. There's depth to them. And I think that's because it's based on, on something classic. It's a well-written movie. I think it's amazingly acted. I mean, all the people from Paul Rudd to Alicia to Stacey to, late Britney were amazing. Really, really great actors.
Yeah, and it's definitely a point frozen in time, that movie, and it's great for any generation.
I think it is point frozen in time, but I think it's not frozen to me. I feel that it really has moved, and it's liquid. It's kind of coming back, and it's opening ceremonies, doing something like a whole photo shoot that they're going to show of current styles there are now in stores, which are, almost exact. You can go to Barney's and buy the leather skirt and her sheer top and her, plaid suit. And fall of 2015 is full of plaid.
I love
it's
that.
Crazy. So I think it's never, to me, it never frozen time. I think it's so liquid that it's just lived, and we can kind of pick the pieces that we love. And people like Iggy Azalea who did the video. It kind of really bringing it to so many more people.
Well, thank you so much for sharing time with us today. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, and live on, Clueless.
Thanks for watching. If you like our video, please subscribe. We'll have several more during the season. And definitely comment on which show you think had the best costumes.